Welcome to your Coach's Corner. Hi, I'm Frank Barbehenn, and with your permission, I will be your discipleship coach again this week. Well, jumping right in. The Apostle Paul has shared with us that the human condition is such that we trade the truths of God for lies. And in fooling ourselves this way, we end up making ourselves the classic fool. And we're not wise this way. So we exchange the truths of God for wise, and pretending that we're wise, we actually become fools. Now, I can't prove this, but I do believe that the defenses that we use as human beings against the truth that my profession specifies, like rationalizing or being in denial or repressing what happened to us in our family history growing up. I believe those specifications are ways in which we've taken the truths of God and we turned them into lies, and in proclaiming ourselves wise, we made ourselves into fools. When we do the tools that I've shared in the previous segments, like the associative imagery tool or coaching, we typically bump up against our defenses. So when you're doing associative thinking, and if you have been, or associative imagery, when you have been doing that, you may have noticed that there are times when your mind is blank. Now, we're going to talk more about this in other segments, but blankness is the picture that we have in our mind when we don't want to face what's happening to us. So we ask the question, Lord, what is happening inside of me that I am sinning in this way? And we go to do associative imagery to find out, and we're blank, and we feel like, well, this is stupid. This is not doing me any good. I'm not seeing anything. This doesn't work. It's actually that blankness is the picture of us blocking the flow of the truth. When you coach one another, if you've been trying that since we last put it out there as a homework, you may have noticed that when you get coached, it's real hard not to argue. It's real hard not to say, I'm not doing that. No, you're the one. No, you're the one who had the lousy tone of voice. No, you're the one who was disrespectful, not me. We get defensive. That's another way in which we hit the wall of our own defensive architecture. And more often than not, we are exchanging truth for a lie, and we're not wise in those moments. Here's one more tool that I want to give you to help you with that. And a lot of churches across the country do this, and that is to have an accountability partner. What I'd like you to do is pick somebody other than your spouse and make a deal with them that they are going to check in with you. You're going to check in with them maybe once a week. And in that checking in, you're going to note how you're doing with the associative imagery, whether or not you're sticking to it every day, whether or not you're coaching your spouse every day, and whether or not you're receiving the coaching from day to day to day. Now, the accountability partner is not functioning like a parent. The accountability partner is functioning like an alter ego. The accountability partner is your tool, not for embarrassment, not for guilt, not for shaming, but just to hold you accountable, to create a feedback loop that gets you to lock in on how you're being defensive and whether or not you're following through. A key way that people are defensive is they don't do that, the homework. They don't follow through on using their tools. So have an accountability partner that, like, once a week you can touch base with and how you're doing with this. Now, with the last with the last 3 segments in this segment here, I have given you a powerful platform upon which you can stand from day to day to day to maximize your discipleship in Jesus Christ. I use this for Christians, and actually a secularized version of this for non-Christians. I use these tools to be able to create the daily focus on changing, and for us as Christians, on being transformed from one degree of glory into another, into the image of Jesus Christ. I have no more powerful platform to give you from day to day to day. So you've got the anchoring with focusing on loving, you've got the associative imagery, you got the coaching and accountability. If you put those in place and you make them a habit and turn them into a way of life, you have in place one of the most powerful platforms for maximizing your discipleship in Jesus Christ. Sanctification is a process where we cooperate with the Spirit. These are key ways of doing that. All right, if you have any questions, email me, frank@peakperformancediscipleship.com, frank@peakperformancediscipleship.com, and I'll see you next week.